What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about 3 mistakes I see beginner graffiti artists make. The first one is, we'll start with a bee. I see a lot of bees where people do their tails like this, and then the bee comes around and they do the little circles in a weird spot. That doesn't line up because this would come through here and it just doesn't flow. You need to draw your bee so you've got your bee going like this, and then you can do the center bar, and then you make sure these little extensions are lining up with the center, sort of like that. And then you can do your little inserts, little extension on the back there in the middle, so those extensions they flow. It looks like a bee. You've got to make everything in graffiti flow. Same with an A. I see people draw their A's with their tabs coming out in weird spots. They'll do that like that, and then they'll have the little piece down there like that, and that crossbar doesn't match up to where they're doing their little tabs. You need to make sure that you draw your A and make sure your tabs line up to where you're going. You want that to flow across, and then this top section is where you start your inside. So that's a pretty simple sort of crappy looking A, but you want it to flow. It looks like an A. It flows like an A should. So make sure you don't just add these bits in random spots and expect it to look good, because that's never gonna line up. It's not gonna look very nice, because that just does not flow. That's not how an A works. That's no good. Mistake number 2 that I see a lot of people make is they'll do their piece and they'll have some parts of the lettering really thin and then other parts really fat. Some letters will be overly thin and just misshapen. Some parts of each letter will be thin like this. I mean, that's a cool style if you can work on it, but honestly, if you want to learn the basics of graffiti, you just have to work on making all your lettering a similar sort of thickness. This is just a quick style, but it's all going to look uniform because it's all going to be a similar sort of thickness. You know, some letters you can't help but do a different sort of thickness, but you just overall want to, even when you're doing your drop downs, you want to make sure that you've done it in the right spot, so it lines up from here to there. With anything really, you just want to make sure that your extensions from that letter follow through where you're going. And that's lesson number 2. And then number 3 is, honestly, if you're just starting out in graffiti, you don't want to make graffiti look like graffiti. You don't want to just be doing like some crazy lettering to make it try and look like graffiti with like arrows and stuff coming off everywhere to try and make it look graffiti. You don't want to be doing too much if you're just starting out. Like, that's a no. You don't want too many arrows on all the letters just coming off in random spots. You just really want to start with your basic S, and then you just honestly sketch around that. And then you can come through again and fix up any lines. We're going to be dropping some wild style tutorials too, so hit that subscribe button and follow along. But today This is just the 3 don't do's of graffiti, and these are the 2 do's. So you just want to sketch out. You can always just use your hand style. You need to just use your own hand style, develop your hand style, make it your own style. Making sure again that you're lining up your center bar with where your tabs come out on this side here. Again, making sure that that comes down and it flows. This goes up to where your center bar crosses. And this internal bit still follows the same line as the rest of it. Same with your M, you just want to bring that. Once you start getting some more practice, you can just freestyle letters and you don't even have to draw around your hand style. But practice with what you've got, your own hand style, start with that. And then work your way up to wild style once you've got this sort of style pro'd. Alright, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Hit that subscribe button. Catch ya.